Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Fantasy Prophecy. Today we're doing a best ball draft on Draftkings. I'm going to see how this goes. I'm the second pick in the draft. Let's see. I'm going to get Bijan Robinson. I'm very happy with that start, obviously. I don't like the second pick in the draft. I prefer to have mid to late round, personally, and then just let the best player fall to me, and I get another pick in that top tier in the second round. But now I gotta wait till the end of the second round, which kind of stinks, but we'll deal with it. Let's see. Who are they going to draft? These are all the top tier players, obviously, so you hate to see these guys going off the board while you're waiting to make your pick. They picked Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson at the 5th pick is good value, in my opinion. I know he has that injury, but it doesn't seem to be serious. He'll be back for the regular season, from what everything the coaches are saying. So let's see who this thicken picks. Tyreek Hill, I think, will have a bounce back year. I don't think he'll have another under 1,000-yard season by any means, so he's going to be a good value when you get him. Let's go Bijan, CeeDee Lamb, Saquon, Jefferson, Lamar Jackson. She took Lamar Jackson in the first round. Oof. Brutal. You could have gotten him in the 3rd round, sweetheart. Gibbs at that pick is just a straight up steal. Like, that guy got so freaking lucky that some silly girls in this that took Lamar Jackson in the 1st round. Christian McCaffrey. I'm okay with that. I know it's a little early for him, but I'm okay with it. He could give you number 1 pick upside. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I love that pick. Nico Collins. Don't have him in many drafts this year. Love Derrick Henry. A-Chain, love that pick also. Who am I gonna get? Let's see. Hopefully someone good falls to me, because I do not like having this second pick in the draft and you gotta wait and watch all these awesome players come off. I hate this. Brian Thomas, I don't know how he's going to be the same with Travis Hunter there and some more targets. They got De'Ami Brown. I'm not sure if I love Thomas this year. Some people would hate on me for that, but that's my opinion on it. Too many other targets this year. And I love their tight end, Strange. I think he's going to be a steal at tight end this year. I'm taking him in a lot of my best ball drafts. Brenton Strange from the Jaguars. Let's see. Gene T at this point in time that's a steal for Gene T. Good pick. You just know he's going to get loaded with carries and targets. I know his offensive line's not going to be good, but when you get that many touches, I mean, look at Kyron Williams last year. When you get that many touches, you're going to produce some numbers. Bowers right after that. A couple Raiders players off the board. I don't mind Bowers there. You know, he's top 10, by far the top 10 in my opinion, so I'm okay with it. Let's see. A.J. Brown, that's a good pick. I'm cool with it. Let's see who Miss Lamar Jackson's gonna pick. She must be a Raiders fan. Whoa! Zay Flowers in the 2nd round after picking Lamar Jackson in the 1st. We got like a straight up wild card in this freaking draft. I've never seen anything like that in all the best ball drafts I've done. That's atrocious. They should kick her off the app, to be quite honest. Screwing up the whole draft. It makes it fun. I'm joking. She's definitely a Baltimore Ravens fan, though. Saquon. Chase. Ooh, that's a nice little team dual-headed monster running back for that gentleman. Who am I going to take? I love Jonathan Taylor. I love Bucky Irving. I love Ladd McConkey. There's still a lot of good players on the board. I'm very happy with my choices. Love Josh Jacobs. Let's go with Bucky. Pass catching ability. You can't go wrong there. Who am I thinking about next? A lot of good options still. Let's see what they take. The guys I like are still on the board. I want my top running back, so maybe I'll go top wide receiver left and go Ladd McConkey. Target monster this year. Just gets peppered by Justin Herbert all game long. That mother's always open. Let's see who are they going with. I'm excited to see who this Baltimore Ravens chick picks. Like she's been having an exciting draft. Never know who the hell that chick's gonna pick. Taylor right off the board after. That's the other pick I was thinking about. I was gonna go dual running. I don't mind going dual running back. I got that's clearly what I did at the beginning. So if the value is there, I will honestly go triple running back in best ball. And I'm not joking. I'll go triple-headed monster, and then value pick at wide receiver. Take a quarterback and tight end late, because I prefer doing shit like that actually. Here's my girl. My girl's about to pick. Baltimore Ravens fan, first time drafter. Breece Hall. She finally makes a pick I can work with. I can work with that, baby. Breece Hall. I like it. Mike Evans goes after that. Okay, status quo. They took my boy Josh Allen. As you know, I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, so I take him if he fell to the 4th round. I don't like taking QBs early usually, though. If I was at the end of the 3rd round and he was there, I didn't love anyone else on the board, I'd take him. But quarterbacks, I usually wait on. And that seems to work for me, so I would suggest the same thing for y'all. I have Josh Allen in one of my leagues already because it's a best ball league. You get to keep 3 players. So I kept Josh Allen, Ladd McConkey, and Saquon. So my 1st round pick is gone, my 4th round pick is gone, and I think I got Ladd McConkey late, like 10th round or something like that. So he's awesome to keep. Jaden Daniels off the board pretty early. I think he might have a sophomore slump, I'll be honest with you guys. McLaurin is holding out. His best receiver is Deebo Samuel. I don't love that situation. That's just me, though. Call me I'm not a hater of the Redskins, but I like to see them do well. Hopefully I'm wrong. Jameson Williams, I love that pick. I think him and Brown are going to be neck and neck for who's the top receiver on that team this year. They're both studs. I'd take them both in a heartbeat in the draft. But obviously in that situation, which I just said, Jameson Williams is the better value. But for PPR, Amon-Ra is going to get those targets and those receptions. So Jackson Smith-Njigba, I love that pick. Absolutely love that pick. Oh, it's almost getting to my big girl again. I'm excited to see who she takes, to be honest. Gotta have a little entertainment in the draft. There's always that one person. So George Pickens, I don't know what he's gonna do. I love Devontae Adams before that. I love Devontae Adams, not a big fan of George Pickens this year. Slim Pickens. That's what his name should be, Slim Pickens. He does not get a lot of receptions, very touchdown reliant. And I'll be honest, I don't know if that's going to change on Dallas, but we'll see. You got CeeDee Lamb there. He's a monster. I draft CeeDee Lamb in a heartbeat. Sutton is a great pick here, great value. But she took Mark Andrews. Big Bertha took Mark Andrews. That's 3 Baltimore players in the first 4 rounds, and she reached hella for them. That is terrible. I love it. Cortland Sutton, though, yeah, number 1 receiver. If you can get a number 1 receiver in the first round of any team, I'm happy with it. And that's followed up by another player I like, Marvin Harrison Jr., who's I think is going to have a great sophomore year. I'm almost up here. Let's see. Ooh, Ted McMillan. I love that pick. Ted McMillan's just a sexy pick this year. If you get him, everyone's going to be jealous in your league. And you know I had to do it for the social media. Y'all are watching, so I had to take the sexy pick. So Ted McMillan is a rookie for the Carolina Panthers. They're raving about him this offseason, just raving about him, catching everything, jump balls, mossing people. I'm excited to watch that team. And then I get another huge player I'm a fan of, and I love his quarterback even more. Cam Ward is his quarterback now. He's going to be a monster this year. Calvin Ridley's a steal. Absolute steal in the 5th round. I can't believe he fell to me that far. He's going higher and higher up ADPs now that people are realizing how good Cam Ward's going to be. Those 2 picks in a row oh man, this might be one of my favorite drafts I've done so far. Those 3 receivers are just sexy. Straight sex on the draft card. Jalen Hurts. I'm okay with that here for that guy. This is one of the best ball drafts on Draftkings, just for the people just joining us. You pick a team, extra deep bench, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 quarterback, and a flex. And you don't make moves during the season. The team you draft is your team. And during the season, it automatically plays your highest scorers each week. And that's who plays each week for you, whoever scores the highest. So you want a deep bench. You want players that are going to produce every week, consistency. And you also want a mix of talented young guys that are going to explode for certain weeks. And that way you can have like a pretty consistently solid team. Best ball is a blast. If you haven't done it, I highly suggest everyone tries at least a couple best ball leagues for every NFL season, because it's a lot of fun to follow along with. I do it on Draftkings and Underdogs personally. Okay, Egbuka, sexy pick. He is the hot topic in all of fantasy right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. People are raving about that kid, just absolutely raving about him. I think he is going to be a 1,000-yard receiver right off the bat. I really do. And he's playing out of the slot, like where Chris Godwin was playing last year, but he's younger and more explosive with less injuries than Chris Godwin, so TJ Hawkinson's a good value here. I'm a little iffy. Oh, she took 3 tight ends in a row. Oh my God. So she reaches hella for Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers. She takes a decent pick with Bryce Hall. Another huge reach on Mark Andrews. And then she follows that up with 2 tight ends after it. What is this chick doing? This is awesome. Jesus, somebody help this lady. All right, who we got here? Ooh, Roma Dunze's looking at me. I like Jerry Jeudy. I like Isaiah Pacheco. I need running backs. I've already got my 3 receivers. I need another running back. Let's see. I'm going to play it safe, go with Isaiah Pacheco. And look, Dunze followed to me still. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Thank you. If he pans out to be their number one receiver like I think he is, look at that bench. I mean, I could have a possible RB1 and a possible wide receiver 1 on the bench. Risky picks, but very high ceilings for both of them. I think this is definitely my favorite team I've drafted in best ball so far. I'm not just saying that for the video. I love the depth and talent mixed with the rookie and the sophomore players. A lot of young talent. And every time I want to take some of these guys, they usually get taken right before I go or something like that. Everyone's just following me that wants to fall to me. So maybe I take back picking number 2 overall. Maybe it's a good thing if you have someone in your draft that takes Lamar Jackson in the first round and Mark Andrews in the second round or third, fourth, whatever the hell she took them, Zay Flowers, and just screwing up their draft. Maybe that'll help me. I like to queue up my players as much as possible, just in case, God forbid, you walk away for a second, someone distracts you, then it'll take the player that you got queued up and it won't totally screw you if you miss the pick. It's just a safety precaution, like a safety net. Tyler Warren's one of those players I don't know what to think about because we don't even know what the QB situation is with the Colts. If Anthony Richardson is his QB, I don't want him. I don't want any Colts receivers if Anthony Richardson's the QB. But if Daniel Jones is the QB, I'll start taking some Colts receivers and tight ends. I'd much rather have Daniel Jones at QB for my fantasy players than Anthony Richardson. He does not throw to his receivers, and he's got below 50% passing completion. Completion percentage, terrible. Just terrible. I'll take him at my fantasy QB if he starts because he can run. But he's one of the most inaccurate QBs I've ever watched. Scatabo, that's another sexy pick. He's a little banged up right now, but I think he'll be back. I usually stay away from players with hamstring injuries and groin injuries. They linger. So just a word of advice on if you're thinking about drafting someone with a hammy or a groin, they are lingerers. Even if the team says, oh, we don't think it's that serious, a few weeks later they'll be like, okay, he re-injured the hamstring. It never fails. It never fails. They took the Colts receiver Josh Downs. I mean, this late in the game, it's not too bad, but I'm worried about that QB situation. Very worried. I love Kyler Murray as a QB this year. You can get him late. Get that running upside. Tony Pollard, good pick. All in on the Titans this year. All in on the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward is a stud. People are going to see him for who he really is. He is a stud. You know who I almost like better than Tony Pollard this year is his backup, Tyja Spears. Jaden Reed, love that pick. Jordan Love's number one. I'm all in on the Green Bay Packers too. They just got to get healthy. That's their only issue. Khalil Shakir, you know I love that pick. You know I love that pick. He's a stud, little target monster. Josh Allen's going to pepper that mother. Cooper Kupp's a sexy pick. Bo Nix, I'm a fan of his. I like Tracy a lot. I like Evan Ingram. Mason, I like him too. I think he's a massive sleeper for Minnesota this year. They're gonna want to give Aaron Jones a little rest, split that backfield up a little bit. ETN, supposedly Jacksonville's gonna use the hell out of him this year, so I'm taking a lot of ETN in my drafts also. You don't find an RB1 this late usually, but it's possible with him. I'm going to go ahead and take my QB with Bo Nix because I don't want to wait too long. And then hopefully one of these guys I like falls to me. Etienne's sitting there staring at me. It's hard for me to not take him. I like Tracy too. I like all these guys. A lot of talent in this draft still. A lot of it. Thanks to Big Bertha taking all the Ravens players. Couldn't resist. Could not resist taking Cup. I'm excited about this team, guys. I really am. Go ahead and queue up some players because the draft goes faster and faster the further you go. Let's see. Love Ray Davis this year. James Cook just got signed, but I'm still taking Ray Davis because I think they really like what he does in the red zone. He'll get a lot of touchdowns, I think. You know I'm going to queue up my boy Cam Ward. If I get him, I'll be jumping through the fucking moonroof. Brenton Strange, I was talking about him earlier. Love that pick. Tillman, I've heard good things about this offseason. I'm always okay with Dobbs here. Joshua Palmer, Sam Darnold, like it. Okonkwo is Cam Ward's number one tight end. So if I get Cam Ward, I'm definitely going to do my best to get Okonkwo also. Mike Gesicki, he is Joe Burrow's number one tight end, supposedly. Hopefully, their signing of the other tight end they signed just recently doesn't screw that up, but I don't think it will. I think they really like Gesicki in that receiving tight end position. Russell Wilson will be a fail-safe quarterback if I get that far without taking another one. Because we know he's starting at least. Not sure how long, but I ideally like to take 3 QBs in these best ball drafts. 3 QBs, 2 to 3 tight ends. Just because you never know what's going to happen with injuries. And the more options you have starting every week, the higher players you'll have plugged in to start that QB spot or tight end spot. So I know some people like told me go 2 tight ends, 2 QBs, and then go extra deep at receiver and running back. But I prefer personally to do 3 running back or 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks if I can. That changes up obviously sometimes, and there's advantages to both picks, but who's my girl Big Bertha gonna take? Big Baltimore Bertha. Crap, I like him for Jordan Love's the main tight end. Charbonnet's a good pick here. Keenan Allen was picked out by the Chargers recently, and if he goes back to his old role with the Chargers, he's an absolute steal here. Always loved Keenan Allen. He's a great receiver. He is older now. I think he's 32 now, but I think he's still got a little bit left in the tank. Jaden Higgins, a talented rookie for the Texans. I'd be happy to get him. Big Jordan Love guy. You guys know that. Big Jordan Love guy. He's pretty polarizing. A lot of people don't like him, but I think he'll have a bounce-back season. He was injured all last year. He got injured in that first game against the Eagles. Never the same after that. So let's give him another chance. And it's not like he was terrible last season. He just wasn't himself. Scadbo's still there. He's hard to pass up for me. I love taking Scadbo in these best ball drafts. I take him a lot. And he's falling a little bit because of the injury, so it makes me want to take him even more because you get better value. And he's a depth pick, so even if he is injured at the beginning of the season, he comes back, starts being his explosive self, and it's an absolute steal. Ramondre, he's probably going to be their starting running back, even though they got that talented rookie what's his name? Traven Hendrickson or whatever his name is. I still think they're going to start Ramondre at the beginning of the year, so he's a steal here. Kyle Pitts. I would take Kyle Pitts at this stage of the game. It's not like you're taking him early anymore. I know he's the butt of every single tight end joke known to man now, but they're saying good things about him in the offseason too, so I would take Stroud here. See, this is where the talent gets a little not as thrilled about it. This is the first round I'm looking at the board, and I'm like, okay, we don't have any obvious picks here. Might just take advantage of one of these QBs that fell. Or I might just let one of them fall to me. What do I want to do? I'm going to get the receiver, one of the last receivers left I really like, Christian Kirk. Solid floor. I'm excited to see what CJ Stroud and him can do together. So we got a deep team here, folks. Deep at the important positions, receiver and running back. And I also took Javonte Williams earlier, who is projected to be the Cowboys starting running back, and this will be the best offensive line he's played behind, in my opinion. So he has something to prove. I know that. Jonnu Smith. I'm curious to see what he does with the Steelers. I had him on a couple of my leagues last year with the Dolphins, but obviously it's a whole different situation, whole different QB, whole different offensive system. But last year he was an absolute dog for me. Absolute dog. I won a couple leagues with him on my starting tight end, so I think Xavier Legette is going to have a way better sophomore season than he did as a rookie. Big Bertha. Took Higgins. Good pick. Good pick, Bertha. Jaden Reed. She's getting it together towards the end of the draft. Taking players I like. Little Diggs action. Yeah, she got away from that Ravens game plan, apparently. Watch her win the draft. Oh my God. I'd lose it. I'd blow a gasket if she won the draft. I would quit fantasy. She takes home the $1 million prize. Give me a break. JJ, that's a good value on Jordan Love and JJ McCarthy there. Great value. See, waiting on quarterbacks is, in my opinion, so much smarter in these drafts. You can get very serviceable quarterbacks late, if not budding QB1s that are going to be in the top 10 or 5 quarterbacks. Braylon Allen, I love him. Talented. I think that could even turn into a backfield split with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. So if you're taking Breece Hall, I highly suggest handcuffing him with Braylon Allen. My only concern with both of them is that Fields is a running quarterback, scalping touchdowns and whatnot. So the Bills signed James Cook to a new contract. I'll be honest, I'm a Bills fan, as I said. I'm not happy they gave him a contract. I think they rewarded bad behavior, and I think they overpaid for a running back that only sees the field about 40% of the time. Kyron Williams got a little less money, and he's on the field 80% of the time. So riddle me that one. I don't understand it. Nick Chubb's a good pick here because Joe Mixon's hurt for Houston, so he's projected to be their starting running back. Getting any starting running back at this stage is a fantastic pick. Cam Ward's sitting there just begging me to take him. So Bryce Young's another quarterback I love this year, so they're both begging me to take them, just sitting there begging for it. And then I got Ray Davis and Sampson there, who I both love both of them. I like Zach Ertz. I like Thielen. I want all these guys. I only got 2 picks though, so do I take both my quarterbacks here and call it a day on quarterback? I could. Be a little weight off my shoulders if I did that. I'm not gonna take a chance with Cam Ward. I gotta take him, especially paired with Ridley now. Oof, that's sexy. Strange is there calling my name. They took Sampson from me. That's okay. I'm pretty loaded at running back as it is. Ray Davis, so I just ended my running backs most likely, unless there's one lingering that I really love. So I got my 5. I'd usually take 5 running backs because you got 2 starters, so even if you have an injury or something, you'll still be good. You got 3 options left on the bench there, or flex. I usually like taking 8 or 9 wide receivers, depending on who's falling and whatnot. Ty Johnson's a good pick there, or Theo Johnson's a good pick there. Big fan of his. He's a starting tight end for the Giants, and I think he's going to get a lot of catches this year. Michael Gallup, I didn't even know he's still in the league. Who would Big Bertha take? I don't even know who that is. Alright, so we're going to finish up with my last pick. I'm going to take one more quarterback, sure up the depth there. I think he's going to win their starting job, but even if he doesn't, he still has a chance to. Most rookies statistically play at some point in the season that are taken high in the draft. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you guys listening in. Thank you for drafting with me. And thanks for watching the Fantasy Prophecy.